full, board here tonight with all members present. We have the town administrator, the town clerk here tonight. We have many members of our police department here tonight, and the chief, thank you for coming in. And, we have the recreation committee chair as well. Leo Martell will be video recording for the benefit of the public. It'll be uploaded shortly after by Linda Nickerson to our town website. Gentlemen, we have some old business.
I'll make a motion to approve the regular minutes of September 18th, 2025 as amended.
I'll second that.
Motion made and second, any discussion?
They're excellently recorded.
Okay, motion made and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, I have one more non-public.
I'll make a motion to approve the non-public minutes of September 18th, 2025 as written.
And I'll second that.
Motion been made and seconded, any discussion about sealing, or they don't need to be sealed?
I don't think they need to be sealed. I just wanted to read what we were talking about earlier to make sure that that was,
Okay, so what he's referring to is, I think we made a motion when we came out as non-public for a hiring, with 1 week of paid vacation. And I think, he wants some
accrued at a
discussion.
monthly rate, starting on the date of hire.
Okay,
Okay, it is written that way. No,
It is?
no discussion, yeah.
okay. Alright, we just wanna make sure we had clarification on how it was set up. We have somebody with a lot of experience coming to our highway department, and we wanted to offer him a 1 week to start up front. Okay. That sounds good, motion's been made, second, all in favor on that?
Aye.
Aye? Okay, I'm gonna open it up to public comment real quick, anybody that's not on the agenda. And I'd also like to say that, if you can say your name and address if you speak, just so the recording is clear. Okay,
Briefly, Jennifer Cormier, Dunbarton Town Clerk. We have a machine from the state that we've had for a long time that was at Windows 10. And I was told repeatedly by advisory IT and the state couldn't be upgraded. We were gonna have to replace it. Good news, with persistence, they did find a way to upgrade it.
I saw the email.
Oh, you
To
saw
Win,
it?
to Windows 11?
To Windows 11, so we don't have to pay for a seat, and that's gonna save the town significant money while the machine holds out.
And you also have some information about the, machine that, is gonna be used for elections as well, right?
Just that the state is going to purchase and provide the machine for the, what is it called, the accessible voting device. And, but they don't know how much it's going to cost to program it. They haven't even, I think, fully determined the vendor.
The biggest thing they said was, on regular state elections, the programming will be free. But any town elections,
We'd be
the
responsible.
programming will be responsible for, which is fine. But the nice part about it is you don't have to return the machine every year, we're gonna get to keep it in-house, and you're actually responsible for it.
There you go.
So the machine's not gonna go back and forth, which will be nice, I think.
Yeah, it'll be nice for the moderator not to have to run that back and forth. Right?
Well, not just that, when you get back another machine, it could have a lot more use than our little machine is gonna have here in Dunbarton.
Yeah, I think they send the same one each time, but it is a moot point now.
Yeah. Okay, great, thank you. Any other, updates? Anybody else from the crowd? Okay, that being said, I'll close non-public till the end of the meeting. I'm gonna go into, town business. We have the swearing in of a new police officer for our town, police department, Patrick Nesbitt. You guys gonna come up for that? We have some swearing in paperwork. Mike, do you wanna read this? Thank you.
This is a notice of appointment for Patrick J. Nesbitt of Dunbarton. It's a vacancy for patrolman in the town of Dunbarton, whereas we have confidence in your ability and your integrity to perform the duties of said office. We do hereby appoint you, Patrick J. Nesbitt, as a patrolman at said town, Dunbarton. Upon taking the oath of office and having this appointment and a certificate of said oath of office recorded by the town clerk, You shall have the powers to perform the duties and be subject to the liabilities of such office until another person shall be chosen and qualified in your stead. This will be signed by the 3 selectmen.
It's gonna be like gold after this.
And the town clerk will do the swearing.
You need this? Yeah.
Okay, so please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Patrick Nesbitt,
I, Patrick Nesbitt,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will bear faith
that I will bear faith
and true allegiance
and true allegiance
to the United States of America
to the United States of America
and the state of New Hampshire,
and the state of New Hampshire,
and will support the Constitution thereof.
and will support the Constitution thereof.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I, Patrick Nesbitt,
I, Patrick Nesbitt,
do solemnly and sincerely
do solemnly and sincerely
swear and affirm
swear and affirm
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all the duties incumbent on me
all the duties incumbent on me
as a patrolman,
as a patrolman,
according to the best of my abilities,
according to the best of my abilities,
agreeably to the rules and regulations
agreeably to the rules and regulations
of this Constitution
of this Constitution
and laws of the state of New Hampshire.
and laws of the state of New Hampshire.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Okay.
Congratulations, Patrick.
Welcome aboard.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Chris, you guys are welcome to come up, take a picture in front if you guys want to bring your officers on.
Yeah, the most important part. I don't wanna get stabbed to it.
Wait, stop. This is lucky. Okay, good. Don't stab him.
You gotta look it up.
I tried not to stab him.
I think I ran away.
Could use a hammer, maybe.
Say cheese. Wait, let me switch the photo. Okay.
That's a real smile, not just a smile.
Yes.
Yeah, you real smile. Yeah, he does a great smile. Yeah.
We can trust you. Reese is doing a panel.
I'm happy clicking.
Yeah.
Or do you want it back there or the computer first?
Okay.
Oh, sure, Dan can go in the back row. Okay, Dan.
Yeah.
That's a cheese.
You can take one at home.
Ready?
Alright, so you guys wanna come up to the officers?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Kind of snap a picture.
We're gonna steal you for one more.
Do it.
Magic.
Only if he does the regulars.
Long way.
No phone way.
Ah, that's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Look at you go.
There you go.
Very nice. They look very good.
That's awesome.
Is he gonna be the shortest officer on the road?
I won't. Good journey.
I got that.
We're down one now, or?
Thanks for coming, everybody.
Thank you, guys. You're welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting if you want.
It's not gonna be half as fun as that.
That's for sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, that's, they're from
No,
Dunbarton.
Tennessee.
Tennessee, okay.
Now Tennessee, I was New Hampshire.
I'm from Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
And they got some.
Yeah, we're kinda bouncing.
I'm Massachusetts.
I gotta hit the road for all these cruises get on the road. Follow behind them.
Now that a cruiser shows up in the neighborhood, don't beat him.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Okay, can you guys quiet down the back?
Back here, sorry.
Get the police in here.
Next thing on the agenda, I wanna review the accept a grant from Concord Regional Crime Light in the amount of $29.80 to purchase additional body armor. So that's a motion, guys, do I have a second for
I'll
the
second
motion?
that.
Motion been made and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So this is a, grant that we're gonna get, additional body armor, how many, I think it says in here, somebody,
We actually already received the money, so.
5 sets of body armor was approved in the grant.
That's great.
It looks like it's the highest grant allowed to through the crime line, so.
I think we should institute a bonus between the fire chief and the police chief, whoever gets the most grants.
Little contest?
Yes.
Second that.
Start the pile. Thank you. Okay, next thing on the agenda, we've got Christine here for an update on Halloween, tree lighting, DS field needs, Boston trip, and PTO Harvest Moon Supper.
Yeah.
Come on up,
Oh, come on.
We do have the,
Come on.
what were you looking for?
yeah, the minutes of
Okay,
those 2 meetings.
All right. So you have a specific order, I didn't know.
It was no order, just, you start with whichever one you want.
All right, so.
Christine, who do you have here with you?
Sorry, I'll let,
I'm Ben Roy.
Yeah.
I live at 134 Stark Highway South here in town.
Okay,
Yeah, so very nice to meet you all.
thanks, nice to
Yeah.
meet you too.
Ben is one of my soccer coaches,
Okay.
voluntarily, so, he wanted to come and speak beyond, being on as a volunteer, but also the needs, down at DES,
Okay,
for our fields. So, before we get into that, things that we know that are coming up, Halloween,
Yeah.
Garden Club, we're gonna partner with them and the Roots Club. They'd like to do the pumpkins again on the front steps, of the town hall.
I think that's been working well in the past, and, you guys certainly clean up very well, so.
Yeah.
There hasn't been any issues that I know. What date?
It would be, they would go up on, I believe, the night of the 29th, so it'd at least be a couple days that they'd be on display, so the 30th and 31st. And then they'd come down the night of Halloween.
All right, I think that sounds fine with me.
I need those sauce ones.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
what else did you have, Christine?
Tree lighting, I think we were gonna still plan to work with the same company that did the town common last year.
Mhm.
And, continue the same style of white lights along the trees and again on the bandstand and on the library.
And we'll keep the same thing through January 15th, I think it was,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds good. Boston trip next week?
Boston trip, I am gonna run, and it's, planning for a Saturday or a Sunday. And, anticipate either November, December, but just wanted to confirm that if I move forward with it, it's obviously open to Dunbarton residents first.
Yeah.
If it doesn't fill, then we would open it up to non-residents.
What we were thinking about
What
is.
is the scope of the trip?
Ultimately, for me, what's easiest is that we provide and coordinate a chartered bus. We leave from Dunbarton, so right here from Town Hall, go down to Boston for the day. And everyone can kind of pick their own
Like Faneuil Hall
adventure.
area, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
so pick a spot, this is the meeting spot, everyone can do their own thing, and then we all get back on the bus at the same time and come home.
oh,
So I
Is there
wouldn't
no charge
necessarily,
for the,
the bus would have the charge,
okay,
so folks would essentially pay their bus ticket,
okay.
to go down and come back. But it's truly coordinating the charter
Yeah.
and then having a point of contact when down there.
So the
that
more,
would be
more people, it'll be more effective, you can fill the bus.
Ideally, yes.
And the other thing too is, I think Mike and I talked quickly about it, make sure that Dunbarton families know they can bring their, extended family members with them,
Okay.
you know, cause if you fill a truck with, you know, a sister or brother from out of town, that would be better than just anybody else, I think,
Right,
so.
okay,
And the criticism in the past that we've had more out-of-town residents than Dunbarton residents,
yeah,
and that's not the purpose of the rec committee.
correct,
I mean, I still like the idea, I
Yeah.
think it's a great adventure type trip, but I like to see more Dunbarton residents take advantage of it.
perfect,
Can I
Okay.
speak on it, just
Yeah.
from the years of experience?
please,
In the past, they've never charged for the bus trip.
okay,
We just utilized the operating budget allocated
Oh.
to pay for the bus,
Okay.
but and then asked for people to maybe donate for a tip for the driver,
Mm,
so I don't
okay.
know how.
But Christine was using that budget for other things now, so.
Yeah,
right,
so.
Which, if you don't wanna dig into your budget, I think the way you're doing it is probably better.
I feel.
Or maybe you could subsidize it, you
That's what I
know,
was
I
thinking,
could see,
subsidize.
depending on how much lights and Halloween,
right?
come out, we can go
Yeah.
from there,
Okay,
okay. That's good to know, I didn't know how it was paid for in the past.
But
Okay,
the biggest thing that irked everybody is nothing was going on in the rec department except for this trip.
Hmm,
This trip was done by mostly out of towners and we were
that's
funding
funny,
it.
yeah,
So it was kinda getting sour with everybody.
Yeah.
But, you know,
okay,
it is what it is. Now we're not in that situation where we have all this other stuff going on, so that's great.
right, okay.
And overall, I salute you, what you've done with the committee. I think
Thank
it's-
you.
I think it's been really fantastic, you've turned it completely 180 degrees, thank you.
Yes.
Absolutely. So, and then my other hat, we have the Harvest Moon Supper coming up on November 15th.
November 15th, okay?
And I, was interested to invite the selectmen if you were interested in being part of the event.
What are they having there? Spaghetti?
It's the standard turkey dinner.
Okay.
I attended last year, it was outstanding.
Was it?
They do a great job in having it was actually free, it's actually free to Dunbarton residents, and
It's free to the selectmen only.
it's free to everybody. But the thing is, what they do is
what's that date again?
November 15th.
they have these gift baskets, which is a fundraiser. And so you buy tickets and you basically bid on the gift baskets, and it's do outstanding job in the gift baskets,
Thank you,
and,
yeah, that's all volunteer.
especially when you win one.
Well, of course. So,
Mike's using it for date night.
I know, right? That's
Well, the
okay.
thing is, the one I won
Good
last
to
time, was movie night, so I did use it for date night.
Yeah,
Day nights.
which is perfect.
So it's, I look forward to that.
Yeah, so would, love to have you come and or, if you'd like to help, but I'd also like to extend it out to the community if folks are interested in helping, that would be
That's great,
amazing.
and it's gonna go up on our website as well as the rec
Yeah,
community meeting.
just share
I
that
can
info
throw it
and
on
I'll get it out there.
Great.
What's the time?
What did we do last year? I think we did 5 to 8, but I think we're gonna do, 5 to 7 this year.
Okay.
5 to 7. I'd like to try and make it as well. Is the 15th on a weekend?
It's a Saturday.
Saturday.
Saturday. There's snow, I'll be at camp.
Cool.
Now the
Okay.
fields.
And then the fields. That brings us to what we are doing right now, which is soccer.
Yes.
We are all in on soccer right now.
How many kids this year?
52 was the total, so we were up 20% from last year, considering like this program really just kicked off.
Yeah.
And actually, the kindergarten, first grade classes are much smaller than they typically been. So just because of fluctuations, the numbers are still really quite good.
So your percentages are way up if that's
Yeah.
the case.
Right. So yeah, but you know the stats say 21%, but we should, you know, if there was more kids, I'm sure we get 20 more percent of those, and
That's what I mean, so you're probably 30% increase or whatever.
right.
So we started in 2023. We had 12 kindergartners start with us. And now we're up to pre-K, kindergarten, first and second grade, and third and fourth grade. And third and fourth grade, we partner with Bow Athletic Club. So they're providing us all the gear and coordinating our games, but we're able to practice down here at DES, which actually is way more convenient than going to
Yeah.
Bow. And then it helps alleviate their scheduling space too. If we have space here, it's nice and convenient for residents. And honestly, I think we have more kids playing than we would if we had to play and kind of start to mix in with both kids. Not that it's a bad thing, but it just keeps kids engaged longer, cause they get to play with their friends. So,
Two questions for you, what's
Yeah.
with the fifth and sixth, don't have anything?
fifth and sixth, there's just not enough kids. We
Oh.
tried to see if we could get a fifth and sixth grade, Dunbarton team.
They're
They
too
just start
cool.
going everywhere.
Yeah,
The level of competition increases, so there's Bow Soccer Club, which they can go for, then there's indoor soccer, and then there's travel teams.
yeah.
It's wild, the amount of options, so they just start to venture in very different directions.
At least if they have options there.
They do. Well, my son is playing fifth, sixth for Bow, so, I get to coach his team.
Oh, good.
But as you know, we haven't had a whole lot of rain. And I think the field did get, aerated and some seeding down just before we got started. But it needs water. And I don't know what the solution is, and that's why we came to kind of talk about it today.
Just from my perspective, new to Dunbarton, we moved here 5 years ago, so kind of first off, thank you to all of you for everything you do behind the scenes. I honestly came from Concord, born and raised, and I was kind of kicking and screaming to come here. I was like, Concord was everything I knew, and it's really genuinely probably the best decision that we ever made, because it is such a special community, and I think of that space at the field as a community space. And what Christina's been able to pull out of the woodwork to really get these kids outside of the classroom, listening to coaches and doing all these team sports is, there's a list of reasons how important that is developmentally, especially at such a young age. And we have so many volunteers that are willing to put the time and the effort in to just better that space. The good thing is that we already mow it, you already mow it. We, thank you for fertilizing it and seeding it every once in a while. We need some soil, which I think I'm willing to make as many phone calls as I can to try to get some donations so that we're not having to pay for much dirt or that can come out of a budget. But then, like anything, we just need water, just to really maintain a good surface.
This has been an abnormal year, not just here, but I mean,
Yeah,
all throughout our state, as you know, so.
right.
You can definitely see it in the lawns around town and whatnot.
Ours
On a
included.
normal year, does it need the water as well, or is it just this year?
It does.
Yeah.
It needs a little bit more.
What are they using for a water system over there, is the school's not on this water?
There's no,
I reached out to the school board, so we can't use the school's well of water because they're on their own well. I guess the water from here goes to the library and then goes to the police and fire department.
that's correct.
Okay, so I've been doing some homework behind the scenes to try to help present some solutions.
So, because they have their own well, that's no reason not to use that well, does it not produce a sufficient amount, is that what it is?
I think they're concerned that if, for some reason something does happen and we were to dry out their well, which I highly doubt would actually happen, then they would be liable for it and they just don't have the budget to sustain that.
I think, down by the wellhead where it comes in, they typically write how many gallons a minute you need, and that's what you really wanna focus on. If there's 20 gallons a minute, there's no reason you couldn't have a small sprinkler system there.
Right. I mean, it's not.
The field's not that big.
It's not a big space, but if we're gonna invest all the volunteers' time, and if I'm gonna go ask for someone to donate seed and someone to donate a couple triaxles of good loam, and we put the time in to really grade it and make it right, we need water. We don't wanna look back and say, man, I wish we had.
They do control, we take care of what portion of that building, just the outside, or, and they take care of the inside. But I think that, maybe we could talk with the school board, I can certainly call Clem and have a discussion with them about it,
Okay.
see what their thoughts are on it. Probably nobody knows what that well produces,
You're exactly right. And
so we can go back and they actually have drill reports up at the state to tell you if you don't know, but I'm pretty sure it'll be written somewhere.
I kinda feel for the school too, because, well runs dry,
Right.
and then the school's SOL.
Well, that could also be a condition.
Yes.
I mean, running dry is not like a permanent thing.
No, absolutely,
It would-
absolutely.
If you realize that you're
If
doing
we're in the
something
middle of
to
a
cause
drought.
it to run dry,
Right.
then you can change your operation
Exactly.
at that point.
And I don't see, like, if it was a normal season, then why couldn't they use the water to water the field?
But you'll see also, Mike, summertime, nobody's there.
Right.
So, the peak of the season, when you're gonna need the water, nobody's at the building, but the other thing is, you can water in the middle of the night, like Dennis says, the
Right.
recovery time is there.
Right.
Yeah.
So you reduce the time and you reduce the, when the heavy demand is there, and it generally is fine.
Right, you're spot on, like, we wouldn't be watering during the school day,
Right.
when, even if the kitchen's in there early and the lunch ladies are trying to get things first thing in the morning, and we're not gonna, we'd water after 6:30.
Exactly.
Right,
So we're not gonna speak for him, obviously, but I'll certainly help check into it, I'll call Clem, I talked to Clem today, so.
right,
I have a good connection with him, and I can
Okay.
see what his feelings are, and we can check the well out, and kinda go, the other thing is, not only does it have enough water, but then you have to put a system in as well, so.
Right.
yeah, so, and this is my first time, and I think I'd like to, just have a thoughtful conversation, right? I mean, we wanna better the community space, we're trying not to put it into a tax where we have to go to raise money or do anything like that, so.
And there are several companies around town that install systems,
Right.
so, and their kids are probably playing on your team,
Could
so.
very well be.
So, I mean, let's check the
Yeah.
well situation out, see what the school board's thoughts are, and then we'll get back to you, but if it's
Okay.
something we could work on for, obviously, next year, not this year.
Right,
We can start the process.
okay.
If we had an idea, like, once it got to that point on the cost of a system,
Mhm.
fundraisers are a great opportunity too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we could have some people step up, and, I think even, like Capital Well now does irrigation, I think we could maybe even approach them, they sponsored the 1-2 team that I coached last year, and they did this year too.
Yeah.
You know,
Capital
if-
Well, just so you know, they just put in our, filter system in that well on the town hall,
Right,
that does all of these buildings.
They're a very kind company.
yeah,
Mhm.
and
They did give us a large donation, I just wanna put that out there.
That's
I
great.
hate to reach out too many times and make
Yes.
them,
as do I, and I think, I'd like to compensate, I don't want them to pay for material and everything else, I mean, even their time is probably half of that job, so even if we were to come to the table with some money, right, to support whatever they're installing,
That'd be a great idea, a good starting point.
yeah, I mean, and the other call out is that there's a new gym teacher at the elementary school this year who's phenomenal. And he's outside using that field as well, and it's just, he's re-energized those kids that, I never heard peep about gym the past couple of years, and this year it is like the most important thing. So I don't, yeah,
Are
so,
they still
There-
climbing the rope?
The rope is still there. It's still there. Whether they climbed it, I don't know. They had that as of last year, I think that was the last time I heard, but yeah, it still hangs.
so
as
just
you-
go ahead. So I guess just to keep the conversation rolling, it would definitely be like a springtime project that we would probably try to work through the winter. Would you be okay if I were to approach Pro Landscaping Goffstown,
Let's do the well thing first,
Okay,
and then we'll go and take other steps after that, cause without the well, we're kind of
right, it
approaching
makes,
people
yeah,
for nothing. But I mean, even good loom and good seed on a normal year will take off, so.
yeah,
Mhm.
Especially off-season, you have nobody out there all summer trampling on it, it's a great time to,
Well, yeah, that's
if you
the
gotta
fun.
start in the
So
spring
that's
right
the-
after
Right.
school closed.
okay,
So I mean, but yeah, I think, put the cart first and check the well.
okay,
But if you give your phone number and information to Lee, I can make sure after we get back in touch with you,
that'd be great,
whether, probably both you guys on one email or something,
thank you.
Sounds good.
alright?
And then I have learned, which we didn't know, and I just learned this past year, there's electricity in the shed that's by the softball field. And I'm curious about it because it'd be great to have lights. And I feel like I know folks that would be willing to help with either donating or help sponsor something like that. But I don't know where that power
Is it working?
comes from. I think it does work.
Nobody's plugged anything in to check it?
I have not, well, no, cause when there's a main switch that shuts it all off, we tested it, turned it on, and things lit up. So then we were like, well, it seems to work, we turned it off, but then I'm like, I don't know who's responsible
It's
for
probably
it.
from the school.
Yes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so,
Good question for.
What do you mean, there's a small
know.
breaker panel outside there?
inside the shed,
Oh, so there's like a 60-amp breaker box there,
yeah,
okay.
which
Well,
I'm
that's good.
curious, yeah.
It's good that they brought a heavy enough wire out to have a little breaker box there, so.
Well, I think the softball games used to be narrated or in some way, so Yeah, it's kinda cool, I was like, well, we really need to get power, but,
And with LED lighting these days, right, the
Right.
power needs are far less.
right, so, cool. Another
Yeah,
Clem
that's
question.
real good. Okay,
Those are all my things,
Just continue to do the good work.
Yeah, thank you.
yeah,
yeah, that sounds great, I appreciate you guys coming in, and,
absolutely.
we'll start working on it, hopefully we get
Thank
some
you.
ideas for next year.
Dave, just so you know, she was instrumental with her group for the Old Home Day as well.
Oh,
She
great.
he really stepped up and helped out. and
Absolutely,
I don't think I saw any really dogged old people, because we had such youthful help to get us through the day, and it really went quickly,
awesome,
so
yeah.
it was good.
I would, if donations for lighting, but to just stop preparing budget proposals.
Yeah.
Because the year end, it's coming near year end.
Yep.
And, maybe we can put some, allocate some resources aside for that, we can help a little bit too. But put it in, consider it in your budget and a proposal.
Okay, great,
But again, as
awesome.
Dave said, we have to get the water, we have to make sure
Right.
electricity, we can use it.
Yeah, so I think it all sounds good, I'm glad there's electricity out there, cause if they have a
Yeah.
60 amp panel, most likely they brought a 10 wire or an 8 wire out there to that, so
Yeah, there-
lighting shouldn't be an issue there, but,
there's a
you know,
very
there'll be
old,
structures for the lighting and then the lights, so it'll be a,
It gets dark so early now too,
It does.
that like even when we do play, you can't
6:30
see the lines.
6:30,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
dark.
You know, I'm in the middle of the
Yeah.
field trying to, you know, it's organized chaos and I can't tell, you know, if I get the call wrong, then I get, you know, yelled at,
oh
so.
yeah, they'll tar and feather you.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
Alright, well, thank you for coming in.
yeah, absolutely, thank you.
Okay. The fire department has asked, that the next item on the agenda is the selectmen's rep for the fire department. And
Has there ever been one?
Not really, John
The-
has been around.
John has worked with a couple of us, you know, on different things, like I worked on the garage doors with Lean's husband and John, and the structural ideas of that. And,
He usually will just approach the board when there's an issue, any issue, approach the whole board, the former chief. And,
Yeah.
the new chief has basically done the same MO, he's
So
basically,
he called me twice on vacation last week, and he kept apologizing for trying to reach out to me, but he was kind of between the spot, and he just had some quick questions that were, you know, needed to be answered, but if he could reach out to.
I don't mind doing it for the balance of this year if you want, and then on, the agenda next year, we'll let you guys, anybody else wanna do it, does that sound fine? You do the police
I
department.
have no
already.
problem doing it either, but the thing is,
Okay. Yeah,
What are you thinking?
I chatted with him, and Dana, your name surfaced.
Okay,
oh,
He kinda like, thought it would be, you would be a good candidate,
okay,
and I said it as a compliment.
okay.
well, I have no problem, if Dana wants to do it, he's gonna be a
Doesn't want the
longer
tough
term.
guy here.
But the thing is, I told him that you're on a lot of committees, and I didn't want you to get overcommitted either. That was my concern.
He wants you a little softy.
No, but he did put I'm gonna speak on his behalf, he did put a request in, and, so the thing is,
I'll do it.
okay.
I mean, if you're okay with that,
Oh,
Dave.
I'm certainly okay.
Yeah.
I will
You
get,
have them all. Is that really how you spell your last name?
Lavoie?
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Good French name.
yeah,
I couldn't spell it like that, so that's what I was wondering.
yeah. You don't put a Y in the end, I hope.
Okay, that item's done. We need to review an estimate for mini splits. Which one went bad?
This one right behind you, that's why the window's open.
Okay,
It's
That's
been
what we talked
tough
about
working
last
during
week.
the day, because it gets really steamy hot in here.
Did you get a
because of-
quote for the repair?
Even these days, it is,
Well, not so much in the
Not so
last
much
couple of
now,
days, but
yeah.
last week, and the week before,
and
they,
next week it's gonna be 80s again,
is it? Okay.
yeah.
okay, we have an estimate here from Dunbarton Fuel Service. He has been servicing all the mini splits in this building. We did have him do the fire department and police department this last year, but we did just approve for him to work on the, upstairs of the town hall. The
Yep.
only other company we used was, the company that did the lower part of the building there,
Brookside,
Brookside Mechanical.
but he does come on, you know, immediately when
Yeah,
service
they
calls
call
required.
us.
He's serviced the library as well several times.
Is this anticipated to be a repair or a replacement?
It's replacement.
This is over 10 years old.
Yeah.
Is it, okay,
Yeah.
I think they've checked, on the last ones, we had to redo lanes of parts, were no longer available for the internals,
okay.
Yeah.
so.
They're kind of a no-name, they were donated, and we just had to pay for the electrician to install that electrical part, so, we've gotten the use of it, but we've already replaced the middle one for the clerk's office, and, this is the last one to go.
So we have a bid here for him to install one Fujitsu
Which is a brand name.
24K high heat mini split in the meeting room at the town office building. Outdoor unit will be mounted to a stand placed on a pad above ground level. All old equipment will be removed off-site and the site will be cleaned up. Total will be $7,000. So,
That's a good price.
seems pretty reasonable.
That's a good price for a hyper heat, model,
And a brand
especially
name.
24K.
And a brand name.
24K BTU is a good hefty unit for this space, yeah.
And unfortunately, he's had to deal with the, taxes that have been bringing
Tariffs.
prices up, so he's usually pretty good about making sure he shops and gets the better price.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we accept the bid from Dunbarton Fuel for $7,000 for the 24K high heat mini split for the meeting room.
I'll second that.
Motion made, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. give
When
him a
can he
call,
start
let him
working?
know.
When can he start working?
I'll send him a note right away, I think this one is available in stock, so.
Fall's coming down pretty quick here too, we're in October, before the snow flies, I was hoping to get this outside work on in both buildings here if we can.
Outside,
We've got that building to do next door too, for the,
for the
heating
AC, yeah, I'll remind him that you.
there. I know he did say he'd have it done, I just wanna give him a little reminder. Okay,
Is this up off the ground now? I haven't
I
walked back
think it
here
is.
before.
There's a little platform
'Cause
that's
in the-
built and attached to the building, to keep it off the,
It
Yeah.
keeps it off the ground,
we've got,
high enough, cause I know
We've
you
got-
want them high enough so that the
we've
snow
got some
doesn't,
things here right close to our building, so.
yeah. You want them high enough so the snow doesn't encroach on them, so you can use them for heat in the winter time.
Exactly.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is review salt bid rates for 2025 and 2026, delivered prices. We have a proposal here from the salt company we've used for many years, Eastern Minerals Inc., which is the same company we use, I think since I've been here. Their bulk salt rate, this year is gonna be $79.79 a ton, and just so you know, Lean had one here for the previous year, was $75.90. The road agent thinks that this is a very small increase, and he supports, taking this bid for the salt for this year.
they have held that last year's rate for at least 3 or 4 years, they've.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, haven't
Okay.
changed, so this is the first increase.
This
we've
is
seen.
about a 6% or so.
Everybody, any other discussion about this, or?
I see no issues with it.
Yeah, they're pretty much a sole source, there's actually two company names, but they're both addresses to the same location, and they basically own, they're both companies, so they.
Do you want me to sign this bid name?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Sure.
Motion's been made and seconded,
I'll second that, yeah.
okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. The first, second, boy, month's already flying by. Okay, Dan. Mike, you have the next thing in your hand, it's a
Yeah.
certificate of authority,
Uh,
for David Knoll.
For the public, we're closing on the piece of property that we bought this year, we're buying this year. It was approved at town meeting, and I have a certificate of authority that will appoint Selectman Nault to represent the town of Dunbarton during closing. It will be notarized by Lean Kamal, but I'd like to make a motion that we approve the certificate of authority to authorize Dave Nault to close on the property, lot F3030501,
On behalf of the select board.
on behalf of the select board and the town of Dunbarton.
I'll second Mike's motion.
And, I don't think there's any discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so be
I'll
it.
abstain.
Abstain, yeah.
Yeah, and this have Lean, go ahead and sign that. You're the, notarizer for that.
Just gonna put that in my calendar. 'cause
They might need a couple
tomorrow.
copies,
You
Lean.
want it?
I don't know if they will, but I'll have it for tomorrow's closing.
Okay,
2 p.m. closing. We're closing here at the town office, and that's on the Lane property up of the street.
Dave, I just wanna say thank you, you did a lot of work on that,
Yeah.
thanks.
You're welcome. Well, it's for the new ball field you wanted, right, Mike?
Right, there you go.
We can have
That
a,
ball field.
we can have a group of people show up and take pictures of you signing
Okay.
at the closing.
The humor was at one town meeting, someone suggested we turn it into a ball field. And, we're looking at, land as a commodity, and down the road, we look at it, maybe a police, fire safety, maybe school, could be new town office, could be anything that the town needs.
Right.
We did actually project that it could be a ball/soccer field there as well,
Yes, we did, and,
at the town meeting, so. There's your new spot.
That individual has approached me,
He did.
and has continued to try to rally support for said ball field, so.
Oh,
I said that you need to have plans in order to actually make something happen,
Yeah.
but yeah,
It might not be this year, but eventually something will happen, I'm sure.
yeah,
but you can't do anything if you don't have the property.
that too.
Okay,
Thank you, Dave.
last thing on the agenda this week, I think, is, Woody, you have an update of your department at the
Yes.
regular meeting?
Yes.
Okay,
So a few things that are coming down the road. November 15th is gonna be hazardous waste day in Bow.
November 15th,
Yes, 8:30 to 1.
Harvest Moon Supper Day.
Mhm.
oh boy,
You'd be
bring
busy.
your waste and come and eat.
A few other things, some budget stuff to think about when you're working on your maintenance stuff. We're gonna need some work done in our office / lunchroom. The floor's got some holes in it and it's starting to be kinda spongy.
Yep, I did notice that last time I had a meeting there with the interview.
Yep. Something else, the skid steer, I need to know where the board stands on that. If we're gonna replace it this year, if we're not gonna be supported this year, what the plan is.
You're talking 2026, right, Woody?
Yes, 2026, for this year's budget, cause the time to start looking is now, not wait until
Did we have
December
it-
or
Did we have
January.
it on the capital improvements for 2026 or 2027?
We've had it on 4 times, this last time is 26, I believe. It was supposed to be last year, and we moved it out a year, another year, so I believe it's 26 this
Yeah,
time.
'cause I think we
because
did
I
Jeff's
moved-
truck, that's why
We moved the backhoe 2 more years out, I think.
Yeah,
So,
I would like to plan for it on the year that it's on that.
no, but I need to know if the board's gonna I don't wanna go, cause there's grants out there that are available that I can start pursuing, start looking at. You gotta start looking at machines, you gotta start, trying machines out,
Yeah,
see
getting
what's
the
gonna
price,
fit, what's
sure.
not gonna fit, but I don't wanna waste all this time, and if the board's like, no, we're not gonna do it, we're gonna push it another year, we'll put some more money into this
No,
one.
you've been.
You know what I mean?
You've been struggling with this machine for a while.
I mean, it still goes, but it's coming up on 20 years old.
Yeah.
Another year, year and a half, it'll be 20 years old, starting to have some issues. We gotta get some of the stuff fixed because we only have that one machine, so we gotta keep running it. But,
And you can buy a package with a mower too, with it?
well, that's gonna come up in another question I have, so.
Okay. No, but the thing is, I
But
think
I-
that was one of your things you wanted.
I just wanna make sure that the board is, as of right now,
I
on
don't have a
board.
copy of that capital improvements with me, but if
Right.
it's scheduled for 2026, that's the year.
Okay,
I would like
I just don't wanna put all kinds of legwork into it and
No,
something
you're right, we
comes
have
up.
pushed it off for other things, we had
Because you're also talking a big dollar.
We had an
That's-
ambulance, we had a fire truck, and we had a town
Yeah.
truck that kinda pushed you down the road on that one.
But you're also talking a lot of money, so you know,
So,
preliminary numbers is in the $80,000
What's in the fund right now in your,
There's 50, I think, in there. We're talking somewheres, you know, without getting any numbers, you're looking 80,000. Is some of the numbers I got.
so it'd
Towards
be
the
a
tail
warrant,
end
it'd be
of
a
last
warrant
year.
article in front of the town then,
And plus whatever they
Yeah.
give you
and,
trade on the other machine, or, which is, I don't think is gonna be a lot. Could be 10, 15,000, maybe.
Now, Woody, while you're speaking of the other machine,
Hmm?
if there's not that much trade-in, would it be worthwhile to keep that one around?
You could, just not, we have a small building.
Yeah.
And we are running out of space, you know, it's something that needs to really be looked at. You know, we've gone from, that building was built in 91, and now we're, you know, approaching 2026. Population has more than doubled, we haven't.
anywhere
We've
between,
stayed pretty much a size,
Yeah.
anywhere between 10 and 20 would be a great down payment on it too.
so. And there's other options that we can talk about, you know, we can maybe you keep that and you buy a forklift instead, but once again, it's gonna becoming a room issue, not having enough room, so.
I would rather get a new skid steer and then if we get a forklift, maybe use the money from the sale of that to buy a used forklift that's in good shape.
But, no, I just, like I said, I just wanted to have a starting point, so I'm not waiting till the 11th day or the 11th
A
hour.
forklift would be handy in the building, turning those bundles,
yeah,
but you have to have a good size one, but it would be handy in the building, use.
do we ever look for, any type of financing deals with on any of this type of equipment where, and I don't know, Woody, whether
This-
they have stuff like that, like,
Well, the
10-year
town
deals
gets, so municipalities, you know, they say we'll go out to bid, you get, vendors have a municipal rate. In other words,
Yep.
you buy it, you as Joe homeowner buy one price, excuse me, and we buy way less.
okay,
Like when we bought that machine, it was 35 grand.
Okay.
Well, for you homeowner, it was probably 65 in that ballpark. You know, there's a huge difference.
okay.
So you have that.
Does
plus,
that mean that they don't offer any
I don't
financing?
think there's
to
any, I mean,
municipalities?
you could do lease purchase, you know, stuff like that. I don't think there's anything real special, but it's questions I can ask.
Sure,
You know, the other thing is, state of New Hampshire's been sending me numerous grants, applications for replacing your old diesels, for newer diesels. There's some other grants out there, don't be offended, I'm not interested in electric, but there's stuff out there where you could replace with electric. In my,
Well, one thing that on electric, like if we did a forklift, that would be a reasonable electric.
right, but I mean, I'm talking like this diesel machine, there's grants out there for that, there's, I can apply for a grant through New Hampshire to Beautiful, that's a, you know, it could be $4,000, we'll say, if you get the grant, there's money there. There's opportunities.
yeah, I just went to the Central New Hampshire, Transportation Planning
Yeah,
meeting there about a month ago, and they actually handed some stuff out there about, there's $500,000 grants for, replacing diesels if something
Yeah.
was prior to 2012 or something like that.
yeah, and then there's
And
certain.
Woody's right, if you actually were gonna buy an electric, they'll give you $1 million instead of 500,000 on a piece of equipment. So, we should always consider that, if that's
Yeah,
if there's equipment in the
There,
range that serves
there
the
is,
need.
my concern is, one, it hasn't been out long enough, two, yeah, you might save on this end, but you're paying on the other end. You know, batteries are stupid money, I mean, I won't get into that whole thing, but
Yeah, sure,
it's, to me, it's a little early to think that, in my opinion, in that environment, you know, inside a
On a
building.
skid steer, I understand, but a
Yeah, yeah.
forklift.
Oh, yeah,
those are out for
forklift,
long.
yeah, yep, no, absolutely have been, but you know, there are electric loaders out there, there's electric this, I just, in that environment, I think we're a little early in wanting to put something that's gonna be in a building that's unheated, you know, that potentially gets below zero inside,
I think,
and then you're out in the snow with it,
yeah, those
you know.
are all details though, that.
Yeah,
we
you know,
don't
that's-
need to bring up here
Yeah, no,
now.
like I said, I just wanted a direction to go, that's all.
I'm in favor of green light, let us doing the legwork.
So,
I'm with Dave, if it's in the 2026,
Yeah.
CIP,
Okay.
then I would say.
Yeah, I believe it is, cause we pushed it from
I
last
remember,
year.
yeah, he pushed it for sure.
Ask Donna, but I think it is, we have a company at CIT around Lean.
I have the page from the book, but I don't know how the update affects it. It's in the town report.
Let's just wait, we'll,
Yeah,
check with Donna
Yeah,
tomorrow. just
yeah, I
make sure.
can, I'm pretty sure it is though.
I'm pretty
I do
sure it
too.
is too.
Some
I
other
was
stuff,
on the committee and I'm pretty sure it was the 26th.
some other stuff to think about, and I'll talk with Jeff a little bit. Our parking lot needs a little TLC. Most of the gravel's gone, it's pretty much sand, excuse me, sand. A little bit of drainage issue there, something to think
So
about.
not the tire, cause we redid some of the tire last year,
Right.
just the gravel.
No,
area.
this is where,
you talk about where you park,
where the truck parks
right
and
on the right.
that area. You know, it's, nothing's been done to that since they built it. You know, we've tried to grade it best you can, but it might be time for some good material. Something I can talk to Jeff, but budget thing for next year. I just got an email today. Demo is going up starting January 1, $3.50 a ton. That's a state tax. So I tell you that because we're going out to bid for demo for this year, for the next, probably 3-year bid
Yeah,
again.
you said that's a state tax, but isn't a state tax refundable?
Well, the state tells you stuff's refundable, but I haven't heard where this is refundable. The email I got just says that this is a state tax, didn't say anything about.
The email I
being-
got, Woody said for, anything from a New Hampshire municipality
Yep,
was gonna be refundable. What
See, I
they're trying
haven't-
to do is have the tax, out-of-state stuff coming into our,
Right.
our dumps.
right.
So that's why they're doing that.
I don't know, like I said, I haven't seen anything other than the vendor sent me a message saying, hey, January 1, it's going up $3.50
The
a
only
ton.
way the state could do that tax was by to tax everybody and then
Yep.
do a reimbursement back to the
I
municipalities.
can share
keep
the
it
email with
legally.
him, because it was very specific that they would determine how they were gonna refund, whether it's quarterly, monthly, quarterly, or semi-annual for.
So you're right, we'll have to budget for it, but it's gonna come back.
And then you're gonna see another increase on top of that, because whatever the budget,
General
whatever the
increase.
number comes in, you're gonna have to add that to it. The same thing with MSW is going to $100 a ton this year, plus whatever that tax is gonna be. I don't know what that tax is gonna be. This was a tax on demo, that's the one I got today. The other thing,
Any increases on our recyclables?
yeah,
Woody, can you forward that email you got today too?
yeah, it's from the vendor that we deal with right now.
Okay, just so we can have it.
Some other things to think about, we're gonna have to do some more repairs, hot top wise. We got some holes starting again, I mean, they could patch it for now, but patch is a temporary fix. The issue is, it was never top coated. It was a base coat in 2002, it was a base coat. They would never spend the money to top it. So now, 23 years later, starting 24 years later, a base coat isn't designed, and Jeff will text, it's not designed to be left in the open and run on. So at some point, we're gonna have to, probably next year, do some more to it. I can meet with Jeff, but I just wanted to give you a heads up on, so you're not, hey, so you got an idea what's coming down the road. We're gonna have to spend some money down there. A few other things, I met with the rat people today, the bug people. I asked them about the rats, I said, I've been here 25 years, this is the first year I've ever had rats. And he said, they're starting to migrate like mice. He said, I said, what about changes in the neighborhood, different animals? He said, no, they're starting to come around like mice. You're starting to see a lot more of them. I said, oh, good. So we've never had them before. So he took a look around.
Coming up with the possums.
He took a look around and he's gonna give you guys a proposal.
He did, this one, faster.
He also, I showed him the bees. The majority of the bees are yellow jackets. I've been stung. I got stung yesterday. Greg got stung twice. on Wednesday. No, Tuesday, sorry, Tuesday. So he's looking around to see what he can do there. I told him, I said, hey, I ordered 4 more traps. We're gonna put up, the traps have been working, but it's a small piece. You know, we might got 25 bees and there's probably 100 roaming around. They're coming from all over the place. He's gonna look, see if he
There's a
can.
lot of bees this year.
He said he's gonna see if he can find a nest. He said, but they'll travel long distance. So he said he may not be able to find it. But he wanted to give you that proposal. We're gonna need a couple, I don't know if you wanna take it out of my budget, how you wanna do it. We're gonna need a couple railroad ties for where they buried that, the line that goes to the solar. I caught one of them last year. It was pretty rotted when we put it in, but it's rotted now pretty good, so.
How many
need
do
to-
you think you'll need?
Just two, so we're gonna replace that one that's rotted and pretty well dilapidated,
What's your street address there?
131 Concord Stage. And then we'll put one on the end, and then put some rods in there. We drilled holes and put rods in it, and so it can't move. But that line is pretty shallow right there, that's why.
It's a maintenance line.
We have a account at Bellate's, I can have them shipped there
Dave?
next week.
I have 5 at home.
You wanna bring them over to him?
I'll come
But
get them.
he can get them.
Yeah, I'll come get them.
If you're gonna bring them over, bring all 5, I need 3 at my house.
Take them all. Take them all. I don't mind.
Okay, and they're not rotted?
One might be a little bit, the others are
Can you
really
give that
pretty
one?
good. Yeah, I mean, you can look at them and take the ones you want.
I'll come
I really don't
over.
care.
I'll get in touch with you.
You can take all 5 of them and
Okay.
put 3 aside for later. I don't-
That works. Thank you, Leo.
And the last thing, and you may have already gotten it, I have got an email from the co-op. They're looking to disperse, money from the sale of the property in Pennacook. Possibly in the next week, he said, our share should be $11,412 or so. So you'll see that coming.
Now, you had talked about wanting some of that for a mower.
Well, I'd like to do something. So we typically mow 2 to 3 times a year. Last year we got about 1.5. No, we got 2 times in last year. Started the 3rd one, the mower broke down. Tried to get it going again, it broke down again. So basically gave up. Fixed it in the spring, it broke down again. So we were behind the ball this year. We hopefully in the next few days, probably mid next week, we'll be done with the 2nd mowing. And if we have some areas, we'll start a 3rd, cause it's moist in those areas and it's still growing. But that'll probably be it for this year. Be mowed.
Is it a real mower? I thought you had someone said it was a brush. Like
Basically,
a brush
it's a
cutter.
giant string trimmer.
Yeah.
And the problem is anytime stuff's ever been down there, the quote, it's the dump, we just whatever and it's good enough. Well, you have a hard time running a regular mower over it.
Right.
You know, we always rented a walk behind bush hog mower,
Yeah, yeah.
which seemed to be the best. And then we bought this, I bought this, when we had the push mowers and whatever. It's worked, but it takes a guy 3 days or better to mow. So, we'd like to do something a little different. Maybe
What-
not put one on a skid steer, maybe it's
What
just
are
a
you
walk
thinking?
behind.
Oh, just a walk behind mower?
Something better than what we have.
Gotcha.
Well, I can tell you, the one on his skid steer was only $4,000. You can't even buy a decent lawnmower ride around for $4,000.
No kidding.
The cheapest ones, I think, are 2,500 at Home Depot.
About 2,500, yeah,
Our
for a little
junk.
tractor, yeah.
So, I think that mower that you proposed last year was probably the best bet.
I don't know if the price is available anymore at that. Like I told you, shortly after town meeting, unfortunately I wasn't there, I was in bed with the flu. Shortly after that, a month or so, he must have did a clearance. They were like down to $2,500.
Wow.
Sold them out. They had 2 left. I haven't talked to the salesman since. He
Well, I
wants me
think
to
in
go.
your budget this year, like Mike said, you're putting a new machine on.
Yeah, yeah.
Have that as an accessory
Yeah.
of the machine.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a good idea to do.
Package.
But I just wanted to get it out there so all the cards are on the table. I don't wanna be hiding nothing.
Comes up there. I
And we do have to put that money in the general fund that comes
Yeah.
in now anyway, that, $10,000 or $11,000.
And there's some, I'm waiting for repair bills to come for the Mac. We put a new radiator in it, and now I have to put, a new gauge cluster in it. Electronics are going batty. The cluster itself is $1,500, plus the labor to put in, so you're probably looking at about $2,000 just for that gauge cluster.
Who is, doing the install?
I'll probably have Jake do it. He looked at it and diagnosed it, and he's done a bunch of testing on it. He's really good with electrical,
Yeah.
and it seems to be an issue in the boards, in the motherboard. The moisture was affecting it, but now it's like done. It's doing all kinds of wacky stuff. It's shutting other electronics off in the truck, so I ordered the board. Hopefully it's here tomorrow. Probably put
Do
in
you
next
have
week.
enough in your maintenance budget for it?
I think so, cause the backhoe's going in for the pins and bushings in it. I should be alright. But I just wanted, so when you see the bills rolling in, it's, thousands of dollars, that's what it is.
Yep, if you can, get them done, before the end of the year.
We're
if you can.
trying.
So,
Mechanics are super busy, so if I
at the end of,
Well, I appreciate the heads up, at least the town administrator can know that we have bills coming in, which is good, because, the biggest criticism that we have as a board, we're managing, they come in the last 2 weeks of December, and now we know where they're coming.
yeah, they're coming.
But if it's back ordered, you can do an invoice quote, so that we can hold
We can
those
push it.
money.
Yeah, no, the part should be here. He said if we didn't have it in Worcester, it would come out of Nebraska, so it'd be a little bit longer.
Thank you.
okay, I think that's it on there. Anything else, Woody? That's good?
No, that pretty much sums up my list.
Okay, now I'm gonna hop over to mailbox items.
Hey, where you going?
We're up with bedtime. I know. I'm not out of it. Very nice to meet you all. Thank you all.
I'm gonna mention this in a little bit, if you just wanna spread the word around,
Oh, yeah.
this is just the annual event we hold on Energy Expo.
Perfect.
Spread the word.
Got it.
Thank you.
See ya.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. We've got a, Cintas Services, fire extinguishers, emergency lights, sprinkler system, fire. I happened to be up in the town offices last Thursday signing, and it's Ron Marcoux stopped in. He's a Dunbarton resident now, and, he moved here, and, he works for this company, and he said he'd like to, check out where we're taking care of all that stuff. And, I told him the pricing is all public knowledge, and he's gonna, come back and, meet with us and check out all that stuff.
That's pretty much the stuff that's on the back, right? It's not Cintas uniforms, it's Cintas.
No, yeah, it's just the
It's a
fire,
different, okay.
It's
the fire alarms, yeah, the safety. I thought the same thing, I'm like,
Yeah, extinguishers, emergency lighting, sprinkler systems, fire alarm.
It's the same company.
It is, okay.
They just have a different branch.
did you wanna see that, Mike?
Oh,
Okay. We have a result back from the DRA audit, to the tax collector, acceptable procedures. You guys get a chance to read through this,
I think
from
I
the
really put-
Department of Revenue Services.
They
It just
uploaded
makes-
it to our website where we set the tax rate,
Yeah.
and I thought it was helpful to provide the tax collector with a copy for her personnel file, and then I thought the board should be,
What they did is they observed the different departments and made sure that we have the proper procedures in place. You wanna sign that at the top, Mike? So that's good to have that kind of internal audit done
they're
through,
always
and,
checking, so,
they make sure that we have all the proper procedures in place, so that's nice.
Okay,
Here you go, Darren.
almost like a certification.
yeah. Well, that's what prompted the, cash receipt policy, because, others are looking at our procedures, making sure that, we have extra
Checks and balances.
checks and balances.
We have an Energy Expo on the next item on here. This flyer it's scheduled for Saturday, October 18th, at the Bow Memorial School, and the time is 9 to 2 p.m. And we have the chair for our committee right here.
You do.
Anything you wanna add, Dana?
The only thing I would add is it is free for anybody to attend. We are a 5-community consortium that puts this thing on. Bow, Boscawen, Concord, Dunbarton, and Ware.
Boston came in this year.
Yeah, we had Boscawen in, we lost Pembroke as far as activity goes, but they're actually still putting signs out.
Oh, great.
We do have the yellow signs, you'll start to see a few of them around. I put one at the end of the transfer station, road there, if you could just keep an eye on that, Woody.
Still there.
Let me know if it falls down. It's probably not as bad as.
Is it outside? Cause we put in the sleeves, it'll protect it from the rain.
No, these are the signs that go in the
Oh, the
ground.
signs, big signs.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
gotcha.
Rain, what's that?
Yeah, I know,
Can I have you put that one in our memo there, but can I have one to
You can,
take home or give it to my
and,
nephew?
and Lean has the PDF of this, so if anybody around town wants any of these.
oh, those are the ones I printed for?
Yeah, she made a bunch of them for me that I'll just continue to put around. I have the library, putting one up, we have one here at the town office, we have on the outside bulletin board, if any.
I've already contacted Sue Bracy, she'll be putting it up on the marquee in front of the library, out by
Oh,
the
okay.
road.
Good,
I just wanna say that about 5 years ago, it was only Dunbarton.
Yes.
And since it's been expanded, I went last year, it was amazing how many vendors you had.
yes,
Yeah,
So
yes.
kudos to the
Yeah.
people working with.
Yeah.
Free hot dogs or popcorn?
We actually do have free lunch by Constantly Pizza,
Wow,
so,
only for the vendors,
just for selectmen.
okay, I'll be there.
You don't need it.
No,
Are they having a little hot dog stand or anything?
no, we don't have a hot dog stand. Last year we had, all breakfast items and coffee and all of that. We also had wraps for lunch. There was wraps and potato chips. So this year we're doing the same breakfast items and also pizza, for lunch. So,
Okay.
just,
so people can buy those kind of choices, is that what it's?
no, it's all free.
Oh.
Oh, and there's no charge for any of the food.
Basically, there's a lot of vendors hawking their wares, energy
Yeah.
related stuff. And it's if you're looking for any home improvements like that, it's a place to go.
Yeah. I missed last year, but the year before I'd been,
Yeah.
and it's very interesting.
Yeah, and we actually, in addition to the exhibitors, we even have workshops, so there's workshops on things like how to put solar into your house. We have workshops on heat pumps, we have workshops on various rebates that are available, things like that.
The Red Sox are playing.
They are.
I'm just kidding.
And we've actually, this has been great with the consortium of towns. We've tried to get Hopkinton, they've been tough to get involved, but we think we can keep growing this to the surrounding towns. We, in fact, have kind of trademarked this as the New Hampshire Energy Expo, right? Nobody else had this, nobody else named it, so we decided to take it. And more importantly, we got nhenergyexpo.org this past year. We
That's
paid
awesome.
$20 for it,
Wow,
and we now have our own domain name that will, persist for, years to come. So whoever takes this over, so we're kind of building a reputation here as being the Energy Expo in New Hampshire,
awesome.
so.
When is that gonna become a paid position for you?
I just get pizza, Dave.
Alright. See, it is paid,
But I have to go to the event to get the pizza.
I hear you.
Yeah, thank you for my time slot.
Okay, no problem, thank you. Alright, next thing on the agenda, we have an email from ASAP Landscape and Design, asking if we wanna extend the town's mowing bid for an additional 3 years. So basically, they had done one with the cemetery, noticed the town wasn't included, sent a quick email over to Lean, asking her if we wanna extend that option for 3 years at the same price.
I don't know for sure, but I have to send her the form, that basic one sheet template that would give
Think
us-
we're in consensus if the price is the same.
Yeah, well, I can start by, rather than putting it out to bid, because of the service we've gotten from them,
It's been
give them
approved.
the template and then bring it back to the next board for the,
Yeah,
Have we been satisfied with their services?
yeah.
I think they've stepped up their
In
game
5
pretty
years,
good.
I think
Okay.
we've been, 1 3-year.
And what, do they do, mowing, do they do any other types of, do they do weed whacking?
It's fertilizer.
They-
Yeah.
Oh, they do the fertilizer and the aerating?
No,
No,
Oh,
that's
that's a different company,
Okay.
oh.
No,
They do the air raid, right?
no,
No?
no, they just
They
do
just do the mowing and the weed
whack.
whack, they do the spring cleanup in fall,
Yeah.
Okay.
clean up, and
Yeah.
they clean up all those stuff from plowing now, cause we asked.
But they're with the school.
Yeah, they do the
And,
school.
and
Right,
us.
and then the problem is that the school had a separate one from us years ago. And the school was had it up to here because they would be doing it during school days, when kids were inside, and
They've been very good.
They've been
ever
very
since
good.
then.
Okay,
Yeah.
so.
And when we call them, they respond.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Where they located?
I actually don't know,
They out of,
just a cell
Allenstown
number
or-
here.
they're not far, Hooksett?
I can't remember now, I mean,
No.
I think it is Mahooksett maybe.
Yeah.
I knew back in the day, but I don't remember that.
So go ahead
Gotta
and
let some of
provide
it
that
out.
sheet and then you can
Okay.
You
decide.
gotta let some of it out.
So when you say the town, that includes the school?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Okay.
and then the area that we have behind the church, that we have our septic
Right.
leach field, there's.
So I think we have a consensus here if, as long as the
We get a
pricing.
price, yep. I will do that.
We have a work order here, from Nanda Pest to take care of, Woody's area at the transfer station. We asked them to go over there, we talked with Lean a couple weeks back to take care of these rats.
They didn't put any price,
I
but they
don't see
just
a
basically,
dollar amount.
no, they just basically read.
Met with Woody, inspected the interior, rat droppings were found, far right corner of the overhead doors. Small amount of droppings in front of the office as well. And other.
And they are
areas
rats,
as-
not mice?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's seen them and he, also the droppings, these guys can tell right away.
Oh, okay.
I killed 2 of them.
Oh, did you?
Yes, sir. They were big.
So I'm sure the bid is forthcoming, I think,
We
the
want to
work
pursue it,
order, yeah.
because we're already using these people on the other.
On the bees that you were mentioning, is that, typically like during, like right now, this time of year?
It happens, this year they seem to be way more aggressive,
Yeah.
there seems to be a lot more of them.
Okay.
I don't, I mean, in years past, usually just the traps have been enough,
Yeah,
but this year there seems to be a lot more. I mean, they actually came in the skid steer and got me inside the machine. I
yeah.
was in the machine and came in and got me, I wasn't even near where
Well,
they've
you
been hanging
look
out.
like the queen bee with that
Yeah,
shirt.
I guess.
Can we, get some numbers to this if they can?
Yep, that's what he's working on.
You know, I whispered to Dave, I think
He
the
thinks so.
dryness this year, they're after liquid,
They're
right?
really
So-
ugly.
So are they in the, like, where the cans are and
Yeah.
stuff?
I have, that's where I have
They're
my,
going for the sugar and,
Yeah,
they're going in the plastics, they're going in the steel
Yeah,
cans,
they're
they're going
looking for
aluminum,
moisture.
they're going everywhere.
Can we give them a puddle?
yeah, make a,
Yeah, I will tell you, they are
I
really
don't wanna
ugly.
wait 2 weeks on the rats, I would rather give the town administrator, give it,
I'm not sure, I thought they were already gonna be taking care of it.
well, he only just met with them, cause they were playing phone tag and,
Let's get them out there. They've always been reasonable to us,
Right,
so.
I would say,
Let's get 'em out
if
there
it's
working.
reasonable,
yeah,
it's,
I would-
I don't wanna wait 2 weeks.
but he did explain that this is not gonna get rid of the bees, it will,
No, I'm more concerned about the rats.
The rats.
oh, the rats, oh yeah, that's a given, okay.
Let's execute on that.
Yeah, I'll reach out to Jim, the owner.
size of squirrels,
Yeah. I mean, it was probably like that, and
yeah,
majority of it was their body, and their tail was pretty big.
yeah,
I ain't seen too many, I never seen rats down there.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're not fun. Okay, I'm bringing it back to public comment? Nothing? You're all set.
Just one thing I forgot to tell you real quick,
Okay,
there are fines now coming out when we deliver scrap metal. If our scrap metal we've been really on top of it. If our loads end up with anything that has a battery in it, or propane tanks, or anything like that, the first fine, is $275 per unit. The second offense is $525 per unit. Third offense is $525 per unit, and you no longer can deliver to that facility. Compressed gas cylinders, is becoming a big issue. If you get caught with one in there, it's $525 on the first offense for every unit. Second offense is $1,025. Third offense is $1,025, and you're booted out of the facility.
What's an example of a compressed gas, you talking like? the
Oxygen cylinder,
Yeah,
actually the propane tank should fall under that as well.
yeah.
Small ones,
Anyone, yeah,
Even the little,
your gas grills, if it has the igniter and the battery, we've been, having people just leave them outside, the dumpster, we're taking them apart, pulling the guts out of them and putting them in, but if they catch them in there, and they're in there, those are the prices per unit, so, you know, you get $1,000 for a load of steel, at them prices, if you got 4 or 5 gas grills in there, it costs you money to take that load in there, and they're
so
checking.
the igniters, they really don't like those, that's right.
They don't want the batteries,
there's
nothing.
only like a AA battery too.
Yep. And because it's igniting the whole time when you crush it, it's trying to ignite, and if there's any kind of, like a lot of people are using True Fuel now, we pull them, you know, ones we see, we pull them, make sure they're completely emptied, if they have any gas in them,
Well, don't they think a battery ignited that big building in Ware there last week, the trash place in Ware?
Oh, dude.
Did you see that big building that burnt there?
Yeah, that's right.
Huge building.
That's what it was, a battery?
Would it be worthwhile for, I haven't seen anything, I mean, you have had a handout before, can we make like another handout for the residents?
yeah, we can,
I think it'd be worthwhile to just say, as a reminder,
Yeah,
just say, hey, compressed tanks, like your propane tanks.
Yep.
If you got one tossed, give it to me rather than,
you know, the bigger tanks we charge for,
right,
which most people understand, the little tanks we don't, we take them, we get charged for them, but we take them
but
for
it's
free.
so easy to throw one of those
Yeah.
little propane tanks in the trash and think nothing of it.
Yeah,
That's right.
this is, you know, if it gets in the scrap metal dumpster, and they find them, they're gonna just start charging you for them.
I think it'd be worthwhile to maybe start coming up with maybe another handout we can give to people.
We
How
can
about
do
if
it.
you put, say, a sign saying fines for disposing of this in a container? I mean, people may not realize how important it is for us not to, you know, think
Well, I'd
about.
rather just put a sign, no propane.
yeah.
I think our sign does say that.
Yeah.
I can look, and if it doesn't,
I
I'll
like
get a sign.
your idea, a little bit,
Education.
refresh on public
Refresh
education.
public education. I still have the one you gave me years ago.
We, you know, we've been fortunate, my guys, I'm on them to stay on those dumpsters, but, you know, they're good about not letting that stuff get in there, and it even's down to your propane fired, bug zappers that you have in your yard that run on
Oh, yeah,
propane,
yeah.
they got an igniter in them.
You've been delayed a few times this last couple of weeks when you've been bringing you bring 5 loads 1 week, up to the, you
Yeah,
get
the
delayed
pit-
on 2 of them.
Yeah, if I go to the burner, they've had some issues at the burn plant, where we take our trash, one has been the dryness. They stock trash 90 feet high in there, it's 60 feet above ground and 30 feet in the ground. Bob knows, he worked up there, you probably worked up there too. They have 4 big bays, well, you're getting dry material, wet material, new operators, and it's not packing. The wall came down, so when the wall comes down, they have to dig, you can't just, the crane only goes above the pit. So you gotta dig it out with a loader, and it just delays everything, you know, 2-hour delays is nothing. Right now, they're getting ready to go into shutdown, so contract trucks like us, like Dunbarton, you know, should actually get in a little quicker and get out a little quicker. But when they start firing back up again, you'll have a whole influx of trucks. The other thing that happened,
So when you're loading up to head there, you don't know when you'll be back, cause you could be waiting there a couple
you could be
hours.
sitting in line, I try to go later in the day.
I was trying to explain to these guys for like the overtime, he's had to go home some Saturdays and Thursdays to try and keep his hours close to 40 hours, cause he's been sitting up there.
I try to go later in the day, tendency not to have all your bigger customers in there, cause they're running back and forth during the day, so I try to go, they're open till 6 at night, I try to go later in the day, like Wednesdays I try to go late. And then I'll go, like this Saturday, I'll go first thing in the morning, cause there won't be a lot of your Casellas and stuff like that won't be in there. It'll be guys like us, or someone else, you know, smaller companies, that sort of stuff. Usually can get right in, get out, you know, within reason, you know, travel time up there, traffic and all that, but it is what it is, nothing you can do about it.
Okay,
I wanted to say one thing, I wanna say, please pass on some kudos to Brett.
Bretton?
Yeah, he is very meticulous and watches what goes in the hopper. I mean, he's got his eagle eye, before he used to be lackadaisical, okay? And whatever you've done to him in his training, he watches everything that goes in that hopper, so let him give him a compliment. I really think he's, really watching out for the town there. Okay?
Okay, coming back for public comment is done, we'll go to Lean, the town administrator.
We just had the one thing, Dana and I met with Primex on a Zoom meeting this week, because we had questions about, a form to complete, for claims, and how it was a generic one page, and whether it would be beneficial for us to use it or not use
The
it.
incident report form.
Incident form, yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Did you guys go through deductibles and all
Yes.
that stuff with them?
Yep.
Yep.
We'll,
So Dana had his list of things to do, to ask, and basically because this is a pool, self-insured risk pool organization, they're able to give the best prices to all the municipalities that are involved in this pool. And they said that there is no, higher deductibles or lower deductibles, everyone pays the same $1,000, per claim, deduction. And then, how she basically said is, what she basically said was that, the only way, the times that you'll see some increases is based on how much we pay out.
claims only,
What's that?
claims only.
Right, so, but a claim could be $1,500, $2,000. So if they're only paying out $1,000, you're not gonna see that much of an increase, but if you have one, she used a scenario of $53,000
So it's
claim.
not based on incident reports?
No,
It is not.
no,
Okay, that's,
If you check the box saying incident report only,
yeah,
it's only for record keeping in case something ever, whatever you ended up reporting at that point, if it came back later, 6 months, a year, 2 years later,
yeah.
you would just have documented the details. It literally just goes on file. It doesn't
affect rates.
It doesn't
a
affect
bunch
your.
of small claims is, how does that affect our rate?
So they actually said, even if you had something like a $1,500 loss of some sort, you should still make the claim, because a $500 payout, they said is minuscule in your risk rating. It actually almost doesn't impact it at all.
So the incident
It's
that,
not like a homeowner's policy,
When does it start impacting it though?
when you have large claims.
Like, I know a $50,000 claim is large,
Yeah,
Mhm.
but let's say, I'll use the fence we had 4,400, let's say.
yeah,
And we have $1,000 deductible, so we have basically 3,400 we can get from them.
yeah.
Correct,
Is it worthwhile, or is it gonna drive our rate up?
No, they said, you're leaving money on the table if you don't make that claim,
yeah,
is the way that they put it.
Cause so many other towns are doing it anyway, probably.
That's
most of
correct,
them.
everybody's doing it,
yeah.
So
And
by
if-
us
and-
not doing it, we're just leaving money on the table.
totally.
And
And sh-
the other thing too, she said, is that you have up to 60 days after an incident to report it, which I was not aware of it. So we should document it, and then in, let's say 60 days, we find out that there's further damage that we didn't know about. We've already documented it, incident only, now we can change it to a claim.
as you uncover, reveal more damage.
Right, and that claim stays open for 3 years. I just-
So the reason we got into this discussion was because we wanted to know, like on a homeowner's insurance,
Mhm.
even though I have $1,000 deductible, I'm most likely not gonna claim something unless it's probably $5,000 or greater,
Right.
cause I know that it's gonna change your rates in the following year, so we had this discussion amongst the select board last week or the week before, to try and decide if it was worthwhile to take claims like the fence and apply them or not. We didn't wanna hurt the town by, putting a bunch of small ones in, but
Right,
by the sounds of it, we're in this buying group of this insurance.
Mhm.
And all these other towns are probably putting in many more claims than this town ever would think of,
yes.
and so.
And the impact, what both of them, there was two of them on the call, both of them described, is the impact of these claims, even if it's, $2,000 claims, $4,000 claims, all of those, is far less than what it would be if you were doing it on your homeowner's policy. Cause they're just paying it out of this risk pool, it's a self-insured risk pool, and then they adjust everybody based on that, but you have to be so far out of the norm to have your risk
Extremes.
factor change. And they said, everybody else is doing these small claims, you should be doing them too, otherwise you're just leaving money on the
Oh,
table.
one thing that we did also learned is, let's say this is a small claim, you damage a mirror or part of a tire, and the part is gonna cost you $800, but you wanna do it in-house because you have some staff that's expertise that can work on it, so now you have payroll labor involved to put that tire on. You can actually,
Use your labor as part of your
yes, you
deductible.
can
That's right.
have that
Yes.
covered so that you get reimbursed, which is interesting, I wasn't aware that, was the case.
Yeah,
So Woody, I guess, we'll probably do an incident report on that, fence, and we'll use that one. How long ago was the other damage on the fence? Was it prior to 60 days? It probably was.
The
Yeah,
other,
but it's gotten worse.
No, I'm not asking about that.
but
I wanna know if I wanna do a claim on the first one.
can you just do it all into the same
you
one
can do it on the same one,
now? Because
it's the same spot?
Yeah, same
then-
spot,
yeah,
same
so they
everything.
don't care.
Yeah, but we're gonna have a bill from the one that was paid prior to 60 days ago, and then we'll have a current bill.
I thought it wasn't fixed.
No, listen, we had one we did earlier in the year.
Yeah, I
We
know,
paid
but
for it.
I asked Lean,
I didn't think we had,
it was
did we have
fixed.
that concrete fixed yet?
No,
They
it's
haven't-
not
they
the
haven't been in
concrete.
it.
We
No.
fixed the fence earlier this
That was
year.
in January, Dave.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
sorry.
That's
I
this year.
thought when I asked you, I thought you said it wasn't.
Don't care when it was, I
That's
know it was early.
Right, but they just approved to have concrete repaired is today's damage.
Incident, yeah,
In
And the
6 months,
fence.
6 months.
in the fence.
And.
But the concrete was more a maintenance item than it was a damage item.
The concrete and that all broke when the first time the big machine hit it.
Oh, it did, okay.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they put in a new post and
Back
took
in
all care of that.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
Just
I think
bundle it all
So
together.
you don't think we can make that claim for that January incident then?
No,
I don't
that's,
know, I could check. 'cause
that's what I'm saying, cause you guys were telling me 60 days, so that's why I was asking that.
Oh, well, she said 60 days and that was January.
That's way,
Okay.
so.
I think they said technically, but just let us know if it's
I mean-
outside the 60 days.
Okay,
So maybe you want to, but the other thing is, I'm happy just starting right at this page now,
yeah,
We could,
doing the damage on the cement
mm-hmm,
plus the fence repairs.
correct, get both of them.
Get both of
That's
them
fine.
and then we'll start.
we could just do this going forward.
Instead of trying to go backwards and then,
Yeah,
because then it looks like a repetitive.
and the other thing too
This
is,
thing's gonna be in there every 6 months. you
well,
know?
the other thing that they also said is these incident claims, they also use them as a tracking mechanism for future training. So if they find that, 50
Yeah, but
communities are going through
You
certain
gotta
things.
understand, they're gonna try and train us, come back, here's an incident report, we need to discuss these issues within your town.
No, we're not, we're a small town, but,
You watch, it's gonna come up, Dana will be calling me laughing.
No,
No, they say if you check the box, incident report only,
They
but the thing
find
is,
they don't take any,
but the
They're
thing
not
is,
gonna take any action except for training you when they come
no,
back.
they won't even do that.
But if
I-
it's
They
a
only do
trend,
the training on the
If it's-
claims.
if you pay for insurance, we should be able to use the insurance.
that's right.
That's what they're saying.
Well, how, it benefited us for the Kimball Pond house when that got damaged.
Right,
Yeah, but you're
Yeah.
talking a big claim.
Yeah.
You're not talking a bunch of small claims, which is what we were talking
Yeah.
about.
but a bunch of
I
small
mean,
things
he
don't
even
even
used the
make-
example of $1,500,
Well, it makes sense, if you're in a pool, say 75 towns, and we're the only town not doing it, it makes no sense to us, cause our rate is based on all the other stuff
Everybody,
before.
yes.
absolutely, yes.
Yes.
So we
yes.
may as well get in the,
They did say that our risk factor is a 1, we
A
were
one.
talking about
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
And a risk factor of 1 means that you're totally average, you're not, and I think,
we're not even better than average?
no, I don't think they don't give you a better than average.
Really?
Yeah, they only give you a worse than average. So
Oh.
we've been good, and
But
we're
not
not getting,
getting-
we're not getting any candy for it,
no benefits out of it.
no benefit for being good.
yeah.
So let's
So
put the
he's like,
claim in.
just make the claims.
Absolutely.
Alright, understood.
Okay.
Lean,
Anything
It
else
was-
you have for
It
us?
was informative, I learned some, he
Yeah.
had the great questions and I,
Anything else on a different subject?
no, that's
On
it.
a different subject.
Okay, bringing it to Dana. No, okay.
No, no, I just have one thing, I will bring up the Dunbarton Community Power. We have not had a rate below what Eversource is producing yet, so we're not able to launch, but I'm still hopeful,
Okay,
that's all I'll say.
thanks for being hopeful.
Just to let you know, the new officer, who was, we sworn in tonight, he's still gonna be doing training, he'll probably be available to patrol by himself in November, late November, early December. He's still going through training.
Thanks for that update, Mike. Lean, how have we made out on the bids for the painters for either the transfer station or the highway department?
I have not had the opportunity to look into that. I know that we're still working, on the town hall library,
Can you do me a favor?
yep,
Can we have an update for our next meeting?
I can try to do that, yep.
Cause we got this 7, plus we have that coming out, see where we're at. We may not have any money left to call for the painters this year, but
Alright.
if nothing else, we can get them on the bid this year and get it scheduled for early in the spring. That's the maintenance that we had talked about.
I know I had made a call or two, but
Yeah, you
I've
did.
been so busy that, and that's just the highway and the transfer.
Yeah, and let's check our funding first, I don't wanna spin your wheels if we don't have any more funding left, really.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna do like a wall, a couple walls, not the whole building, but a couple, the
Yeah,
most
a couple
problematic
at
walls,
the-
yeah.
Yep,
Okay. Alright, that's all I had.
Good.
That being said, I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn our regular meeting and go into a non-public.